Everybody, lots of familiar faces. It's lovely seeing you. As always, don't do anything that hurts. Some stretches might be unsuitable due to injuries, due to problems. So make sure that you listen to your bodies, you react to it. Perfect. And I tried to be a very good girl today and finish on time. Didn't quite manage that last week. So stand up, everybody. We're going to start in a standing position. Place your feet hip width apart behind your mat, so somewhere on solid ground. Perfect. And then stack your body over the top. So I saw some of you still eating their breakfast. Just make sure that you stop chewing, you swallow what you've got in your mouth so that we can exercise without any food in our mouths. And then give me a nice circular movement round and round. I'll just give you the necessary calmness. I hope that you haven't been stressed this morning. The morning hasn't been, it's only young. And then change direction. Good. Keep breathing. Make this as big as you can. Just finding that balance. Finding yourself standing on your feet. Just scanning the body. So let's warm up the spine. Come on onto your heels. Make sure your toes are nice and light. And hang on to your hips. Find your pelvic floor. Draw it up and give me gentle rocks through the hips. Inhale and exhale. Do find that pelvic floor. So try to lift your genitals, your back passage, towards your belly button. Keep going. Breathe out as you tilt. Breathe in as you reverse. You've got one more. Perfect. And bring the hips to face the front. Let's scan the body from the hip to the crown of your head. So first of all, come out of the slouch into a nice upright position. Let's do that again. Slouch forward. It's called a closed chest. And then you open up the chest and you pull the shoulders back to line up with your ears. Let's do that again. Collapse, inhale. Exhale to lengthen. You'd find the length in the crown of your head. Perfect. Now next one up is the head. Bring the chin forward and then slide it back to line up with your shoulders. And again, inhale to bring it forward. Exhale to slide it back. Keep drawing that belly in. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale to slide it back. And this is the position in the backwards pull position that you need to be in. Good. And now from good posture, we're going to start the side bend. So your spines, they can bend sideways, they can rotate, they can flex forward, and they can flex back. So we need to just gently warm that up. So this is your side extension. Keep breathing, draw that belly button in. So the hands should be right on top of the seams of your trousers now. If they're in front of you, your chest is still close. So you'd have to pull the shoulder blades together a little bit more. Good, we're now gonna stretch into this. Don't go too deep, you've only just started moving. So we wanna keep this fairly gentle. Inhale and exhale. Now focus on the length of the arm. Really reach the arm, the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Couple more. And exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. Bring the arms to the side. Lift the shoulders up and then pull the shoulders down. Soften the knees. Draw the belly button in. And then it's that rotation through the spine. Again, nice and gentle. You want to make a huge effort to keep the hips facing forward. You concrete it into a big block of concrete from the hip bones down. Inhale and exhale. Good. I can see that your arms aren't as long as they could be. So make sure that you lengthen the arms even more. So the elbows are not bent. They're completely lengthened. Back to the front. Drop the arms down. Take a deep breath in. Bring the chin to the chest. If you've got osteoporosis, keep this nice and small and stack it back to the top. If you've got back problems, keep that nice and small. But if you haven't, you're going to
Come on down and try to access each and every vertebra as you do this. Inhale as you get towards the bottom and exhale to roll it back to the top. Stack your spine all the way back into an upright position. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest, lengthen through the back of your neck. Deep down as you feel comfortable. So if you've got a sore lower back, you won't be able to get very deep. You have to stop before you get into that pain zone. So golden 3, that means we're going one more time. Keep lengthening, take a deep breath in. Bring the chin to the chest and then lengthen each and every vertebra on the way down. Keep pulling the shoulders away from your ears, keep drawing the belly button in, keep tucking the tail in. It's really important, that tail tuck. Stack it back to the top. And now it's that back extension. So you're circling the arms around you and then you lean back into an extension, making sure that you draw the belly button in and you bring it back through the upper back. So don't touch the lower back. It's all done with the shoulders and the upper back. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, bring it to the top. Inhale again. And then lean back. Perfect. So those are our key movements. Side extension, rotation, flexion, and back extension. If you had any issues with those four movements, then just be careful with the floor exercises as well. So you want to keep listening out for that pain and react to it. So the next one up is a squat. You're going to bring yourself down and back to the top. Squeeze your bum cheeks. Take it down and bring it back to the top. So this is entirely depending on the health of your knees and your hips. Also that lower back. So make sure that you don't do this too deep. Keep going if you've got any issues. But if you haven't got any issues, then go for it. 90 degrees is your maximum. Good. Keep breathing. Squeeze that bum cheek really tightly. Good. You're going to do one more. And now you're going to imagine you're holding a really heavy weight. So take that heavy weight and hold it right in front of you. You're going to squat. And then you're going to rotate and lift the heavy weight on a shelf right beside you. Do it again. You squat. And then you lift the heavy weight on a shelf right beside you. Good. Take it down. Lift the weight on a shelf beside you. Stretched. Tuck that tummy in and reach up. Keep going. Squat and bring that heavy item on the shelf beside you. So reach up. You've got 2 more. Take it down. Place that weight on the shelf. And again, nice and high. 2 more. Place it up there. Last one. Draw that belly in and rotation. Good, perfect. Next one up is a wide leg. So we're starting off with the feet facing forward. So I'm not sure you can see me there. Feet are facing forward. I need to come forward again, otherwise I'll fit into my cupboard. And then it's the same thing. You're giving me a squat and you squeeze it to the top. Wide leg, take it down. Bring it up. Good. Make sure that you keep the same amount of weight on both of your feet. And squeeze it up. Good. This time you're lifting the heavy weight above your head. Take it down and lift that heavy weight above your head. Pull the shoulders down. Draw the belly button in really tightly. 2 more. Lift the heavy weight overhead. 1 more. Lift the heavy weight overhead. Drop down and weight bear onto one of your legs. Can you see my toe? That's lifted off. And now you're weight bearing onto one leg and you should feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Then lift over to the other side. So lift that toe again, sink down. Stretching through the inner thigh. Let's do a couple more. 1 on each side. Last one. Sink down.
Perfect. And back to the top. Shake out those legs. Interlace your fingers like this. Stand nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you're lengthening the arms away, not the chin forward, and open up through the upper back. If you struggle with this, imagine that you're hugging a tree. The tree is nice and round, and you're leaning away from that tree, and you're nodding the forehead onto its bark. Sometimes that helps. You're opening up both of those shoulder blades. So now we're going to do the opposite. You're going to take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to bring the back of your hands together. So it's a chest stretch. Keep drawing that belly button in. Good, and now we're going to swap from hugging a tree to opening up the chest. Hug a tree, open up the shoulder blades. Open up the chest. Press the back of your hands together. And again. Hug a tree, open up the chest. Keep breathing. And each time you do this, come a little bit deeper into these stretches. And open up the chest. One more time, hug a tree. And then open up the chest. And then drop the arms down and give me big shoulder circles. Excellent. Right. So I'm going to use a little bit of wall here. You can use a door or you can use a cupboard. We're going to stretch. I just need to tilt the camera down slightly so you can actually see my foot. So you're going to just lean against, you're going to lose my head, lean against that wall. Good. And then just step forward and lean into that wall. The foot points towards you. The knee is nice and long off the back leg, and you're pressing the heel down. So you want to feel a nice stretch in your heel and also in your calf. So if you're a more flexible person, you just step a little bit more back and you push it a little bit more forward. If you're very tight, then you're more up here and you're pushing a lot closer to that wall. Good, let's swap over legs. Stand back, push the heel down. Find a good position that suits you. Good. Now, step back with both of your feet. You're now leaning against the wall, so all of your body weight is on your hands. What I would like to do now is just walk through those heels. Keep pushing the wall away or you're covered. Make sure that you're nice and safe and walk through those heels. So you're coming in and out of that stretch, one foot at a time. And now really exaggerate the bend through the toes as well. So you're stretching through all 5 toes with each of these marches. So one stretches to toes, the other foot stretches to heel, and then you're swapping. Keep going with this, keep walking through this. Make sure the tummy is tucked in. Stretch those toes, spread them out as well, the toes. That really helps with the mobility of those toes. Keep going, try to really work as much movement into those toes as possible. Keep going. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Push forward and shake out those wrists. Good. Next one up is a big balance. So I'm going to have to bring that chair a little bit further forward. And I'm going to tilt the camera back up. I'm going to give you options. Make sure that you all have something to hold on to. So in worst case scenario, I've got something to hold on to on each side. So first of all, place your feet hip width apart. Draw that belly button in, lift the pelvic floor. Your level 1 is just to lift one foot off and then hold on with one finger. That's your level 1. Level 2 is let go of both of those fingers and just to stand on one leg. Good. For a level 3, You're standing on one leg with the foot behind you. Keep that holding. So if you find, I'm nice and stable on one leg, the leg is behind me, and now you've got various degrees of hardness. So you can bring this as far as parallel. That's your maximum. But you might be somewhere here, which is great too. Make sure the hips don't lift. You might want to do this holding on lightly to your chair. Keep breathing. If you can, let go. Perfect. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, pull the shoulders down, 3, 2, and very slowly return. So come out of this stretch, nice and controlled. Perfect. Did you breathe or did you hold your breath? Keep breathing, please. So, other side. Level 1, hold on to your chair, lift the foot off and just try to balance. Level 2, bring that leg back. Same thing, balance. Slightly more difficult if the leg goes backwards. Level 3 and level 4 and level 10 is various degrees of that leg being lifted. Make sure you fit into your space. Because I'm starting off holding on to that chair, and then I will let go once I find my balance. Keep lengthening the upper body, keep lengthening the leg, and try not to lift your hip bone up. So this hip bone here should stay parallel to the floor. Keep breathing. Keep working on that balance. You've got 10, 9, 8. Standing legs as long as you can make it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Very slowly and controlled, pull yourself back down. Good job. Excellent work. Lose your chair. And stand on both feet. Good. Feet are hip width apart. It's really difficult to fit my body onto the screen so you can see the top of my head and my feet. That'll do. If you want to make it harder, cross one leg behind the other one. If you want to keep it more stable, keep with your feet parallel and then follow the back leg into your arm. Opposite hand sits on your waist and then reach up to the ceiling whilst you pull your shoulder down and then bring yourself into a beautifully sort of rainbow shape. So from the back heel, that one here, my back leg, into my hip, into my armpit and out of my fingertips. Keep breathing. Good. Osteoporosis, stay with this. If you haven't got osteoporosis, give me a rotation through the upper body. Make sure you keep that balance, please. Keep reaching. Good, and then unfold yourself over the top. Hug your hip. Either parallel feet or, for a more advanced option, cross one leg behind. Follow the back leg into your arm. Draw the belly in, lift the pelvic floor and stretch. Good, and you know with stretches, not to stay still. So you might just want to just turn a tiny little bit and suddenly you're in a much better stretch. So once you've been given the instructions, you then need to start fiddling around with it yourself. Osteoporosis, stay in this position. If you haven't got osteoporosis, give me a flexion and a rotation. Reach, 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 reach. Good, I can feel this from my hip into my fingertips. That's that muscle that attaches the rib cage to the hips. I can feel that one. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. Pull it around you. Perfect. And stand on both legs. Good. I would like to just do a few neck exercises. So first of all, Make sure that you're pushing the shoulder blades together, so you're holding onto the grapefruit, half a grapefruit stuck between your shoulder blades, and you're lightly holding that grapefruit. Good, and then rotate the head. Make sure it's right over the top of your shoulders, so don't lean the chin forward. Keep it parallel to the floor. Nice deep rotations here. Good, a couple more. Good. Bring the head forward, and now bring the chin down and lengthen through the back of your neck. Good, and now what you need to do once you're in this position, you need to reach 10 fingers down to the floor, and you'll find an increase in stretch. So reach all 10 fingers into the floor. Good, and then gently lift the neck. And then bring the chin up. Close your mouth. You visualize that you're rolling your neck over a round, soft cushion. Good, let's go again. Chin to chest, lengthen through the back of your neck. All 10 fingers are reaching into the floor. Lift the chin. Close your mouth. Feel the stretch in your chest, the front here. Throat down to your breastbone. Good, and then bring the head back parallel. Now tilt the head sideways. Good, now I'm going to take the same hand, so I'm stretching here, and that hand of the stretch side crosses behind you. I'm just going to show you what I do with the other hand. So this is the side that I'm stretching, and I'm holding that hand and pulling it down, and that will really increase the stretch. So I'll turn around again. So I'm gently pulling the hand at the diagonal towards the floor. Good, and then bring the head up. Let's do it again on the same side. Pull the hand down, tilt the ear towards your shoulder. One more time, inhale, and exhale, stretch. Good, of course we need to do the other side. So bring the head over to the other one. So we're now stretching this side. So I need that hand to go across my body, and I'm holding it with the opposite arm, and I'm pulling the arm as I nod the head over. Good, let's do this 3 times. Inhale and exhale, move into the stretch. Inhale, release, and exhale, move into the stretch. One more time, inhale and exhale to move into that next stretch. Good job. And release. Give me big shoulder circles. Perfect. Now, grab your band, your stretch band. I just need to open up a window. It's really hot in here already. It's nice, I like it. I like it warm. Fold your stretch band, or whatever band you're using, scarf, rope, in half. And hold it in one hand. Then take the hand and cross it behind your head. And then hold the band with the other hand, like that. Good. The elbow is facing up towards the ceiling. And now you draw the belly button in and you gently pull down to find a stretch in the back of your arm. So it's your tricep, this muscle here. So hold the band and gently pull it down until you can feel that stretch. Hold it there. Release the band. Let's pull it again. Exhale to pull, just to increase that stretch. Inhale, release. Couple more times. Exhale to pull. Feel the stretch in the back of your arms. Inhale, release. And exhale to gently pull on the band one last time. And then hold it there. Good job. Release it. Swap over bands. So it's the back of the arm where you should feel it. If you feel this in your shoulder, what you can do is not use the band. So if you're using the band, inhale, exhale, gently pull the band down to feel a stretch in the back of your arm. If you find that's just too much, bring the arm up and push backwards slightly. It's a much, much, much more gentle stretch without the band. I like the one with the band more because I can get just a little bit more stretch into the arm. Couple more times, pull the band down, feel the stretch. Release one more time. And exhale to pull the band, allow that hand to travel down. Good job, and release. Good, it's time to come onto the floor. So, stand on the end of your mat, take a deep breath in, and exhale, bring the chin to the chest. If you've got osteoporosis, come on forward with a straight back and then lift your tailbone up and feel the stretch in the back of your leg. If you haven't got osteoporosis and your lower back is fine, then come on down in an arched position. Good, I want you to feel that stretch in the back of your leg. So what I'm doing, I'm shifting my weight forward and I'm lifting my tailbone up. I can really feel the whole back line of my legs opening up. Good, if this plays up your lower back, try the straight one. Pull the shoulders down and lift the tailbone. And that should really help you with the stretch and that lower back. Good, so either of these options are good. Pick one, do as much as you can, listen to your bodies. Good, just lift the tailbone up a teeny tiny bit more. You can lean into the front of your feet as well. My knees are as straight as they can be, so I'm not aiming for the floor. I just happen to be on the floor, but you might be up here somewhere. Keep breathing. You've got 4 more breaths. You can close your eyes if you want in this position. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees and come on down onto the floor. Onto all fours, please. So knees are underneath your hips, hands are underneath your shoulders. Pull the shoulders down and be in a completely neutral spine. So the shoulders are pulled down, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor. You're going to take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to lengthen one hand forward, bring it back down. On the exhale, you will lengthen the other hand forward and bring it back down. Good. What you don't want to do is shift your weight in any way, shape, or form. So you don't want to shift the weight back. You don't want to shift the weight in an awkward position into your hips. You want to maintain perfect neutral spine and perfect posture. Good. If this is too easy for you, we're going to add an arm movement. So hold it in this position. And now it's almost like a breaststroke. Bring the hand back and then bring it back to the front. Good. On the way back, turn the thumb down. On the way forward, turn the thumb up. Good. Keep drawing that belly button in. This is really hard work for your shoulder. And bring it back to the front. Keep going. Thumb down, pull it back. And back to the front. Good. And then bring the hand back down. Let's do the other side. So level 1, you keep changing from one hand to the other. Level 2, you hold it. Thumb down, thumb up. Lift the back of your head. Keep maintaining that good posture through the spine. My belly button is so tight. My pelvic floor is lifted. Good. And bring the hand back down. And I'm going to give you a harder option. So do that again. Exactly the same thing. Bring the hand up. Now, in order to make this harder, you're going to lift the opposite leg as well. And you're going to hold it there. Hand down. Thumb up. Inhale. And exhale. Thumb down, pull the shoulders away from your ears, draw the belly button in, thumb up. 2 more, 1 back and 1 forward. And hand down, knee down. Inhale. Exhale, the other side. Good. Thumb down, thumb up. Keep working. Imagine that you're pushing a heavy weight forward, and then you're pushing the heavy weight back.
Keep pulling those shoulders down. Draw the belly button in. And forward. And back. One more forward. One more back. And push it back. And take the arm down. Take the knee down. And just sit back for a moment to shake out your wrists. Particularly if you lift it off the leg, you put quite a lot of pressure into those hands. Good, we're going onto the floor. Box stand with back extensions to start off with. So your elbows are wide, your hands are framing your face. Make sure that you're not bunching up those shoulders. So you want to have a nice gap between the shoulder blades. Draw the belly button in, turn the heels inwards, take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you lift the back of the head and your breastbone and bring it back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it down. Keep going with that. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. You really want to draw that belly button in, lift that pelvic floor. You want to lengthen those legs. You want to engage through the glutes. And you want to find length through the crown of your head. So don't be tempted to lift your chin up. Keep the chin down and lengthen through the crown of your head. Keep going, everybody. And lift. And lower. So if you find that this increases the pressure in your lower back, I need you to lose height and just focus on the engagement through the core rather than lifting that back too far up. Good. Have a quick break. Wiggle your bottom. And now I'm going to make it a little bit harder. We're now warmed up through that spine. So what you do, you hold on to one of your hands and you're bending your elbows. You're going to inhale. Can you see my head is turned? That's why I sound funny. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you lengthen those hands down to your heels. Inhale back down. And I've also turned my head as I did this. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. If you find this is too much for you, bring the hands back. Work with your hands on the floor with very little height. You can do it with just lifting off the mat. It doesn't have to be high at all. Good, listen, one more. And now you're going to have to change over your hand grip. So grip the other way around. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And inhale. Keep moving through this. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do a couple more. Draw the belly button in. Lift the pelvic floor. I don't want you to feel this at all in your lower back. Feel it in your upper back. Feel it in your chest. And then relax. Hands by your side. Push yourself up into Sphinx position. So elbows are underneath your shoulders. Hands are flat on the mat. Now push the hips into the mat to draw the belly button in. And now lengthen your whole upper body forward. So the stretch should be felt between the pubic bone and the breastbone. You should also feel an engagement through the belly button and through those shoulder blades. Lift the back of the head up. So you don't want the head down here. Lift it up. Pull the shoulders down. Feel the stretch from there to there. That's why you should feel the stretch in your front. Good. Hold it there for a little bit longer. You've got 4 more. 3 breaths. 2 and 1. Good. Hands go back. Push yourself into the child's pose. Now, if you're struggling with the child's pose, roll onto your back and hug your knees to your chest. Good. Really tuck the tail onto your heels here. You're trying to sit back as far as possible. Hands are wide. And then bring the hands onto the floor. Good. And now place one hand over the top of the other one and sit back down. So if you're reaching over to the left with your right hand, then I need your right hip to anchor into your right heel. Good. And then move that stretch. Tilt the torso to see where you're tightest. And then once you've found the position that you need to be in, stay there. Make sure that the top fingers line up with the bottom fingers. Makes a huge difference to your stretch. And hold it there. And then reach over to the other side. Now change the right hand over to the right. Place the left hand over the top. And now just really engage that left hip into your left heel. And then move around. Where do I need to be? This is your other side, so you might be slightly tight in a different spot. So I'm much tighter here on this side. So I have to hold it now in that rotated position, and I'm really engaging backwards. Keep breathing. You've got 4 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Sit upright and give me a big shoulder circle. So I told you to grab some hand weights. Make sure you've got those hand weights handy. So here they are, my hand weights. I'm going to place them beside my mat. Make sure that you quickly measure the space as you drop the arms behind you, and quickly measure the space sideways as well. So you need all that space. If not, just move around until you've got enough space. First of all, let's just activate the lower end of your spine. So give me pelvic tilts here, just gentle pelvic tilts. Find that pelvic floor, pull it up, find your abdominals, pull it in, and gently rock your lower back onto the mat. So you don't want to press the lower back into the mat, you want to have a nice, gentle touch onto that mat. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Good, and now just to make it a proper back warm up, come on up into the bridge, peeling each and every vertebra away from the mat. Push those shoulders down. Inhale and exhale, working on the precision, mobilizing that spine. You're not pushing anything at the time. We're just waking up. It's only 8 o'clock. So just give that spine time to warm up. So each and every vertebra, so you really have to focus on what you're doing here. You want to try to make contact with your mind, with each of those vertebrae, making sure that you're touching each and every one of them. And just be aware of where you feel pain, if you've got pain, and how can you support that pain. If you draw that belly button in, is it possible that the pain eases off a little bit? Try that out. One more time, all the way to the top. So now that we've made contact with our backbone, we've woken up all of the little muscles that go around the backbone. We're now going to try to maintain good posture. So bring the hips into a neutral position. The hips are facing up to the ceiling. There is a little gap underneath your lower back. And then draw the belly button in and lift the pelvic floor. So it's that abdominal bracing that I need. And then lift the arms up vertically towards the ceiling. Now what I want you to do is just lift the shoulders away from the floor and exhale to pull the shoulders back down. Let's do that again together. Inhale to lift. Exhale to pull the shoulders down. So keep them engaged downwards and draw the belly button in a little bit tighter. But make sure that the rib cage doesn't lift. And now with your thumbs, take the arms back and try not to lift the rib cage away from the floor. You can feel a stretch in that chest. So I know some of you have got shoulder issues, then just bring it as low down as you can. Good. Nice. One more time. Keep the shoulders down. Good. To the back and back up. Excellent. Now, keep the shoulders engaged downwards and turn the hands to face away from you. And now you're opening up the elbows as wide as you can. Imagine I'm pulling your elbows out of your shoulder joints to the side. So you're coming down in a straight line. Keep the ribs on the mat. Good. And again. Drop those arms down as steep as you can. And next time, you're going to hold it at the bottom. Hold it at the bottom. Okay, so hold the elbows right there. So next movement we're going to do, make sure that you draw the belly button in, is rotating the back of your hands as deep down onto the floor as you can and up again. Good, so the elbows are hovering over the floor. You can feel the floor underneath your elbows and you're rotating the back of your hand as closely to the floor as you can. You might be restricted and you're stuck there, then just try to slowly increase the range of movement. Listen to those shoulders. Drop down. Good, one more time. Make sure the rib cage is still flat on the mat. Good, and now hold the back of the hands onto the floor. And now we're moving from here to above the head. And then down again. You exhale. And you inhale. So if you've got any shoulder pain, you might be hovering over the floor to accommodate that shoulder pain. And inhale. Good. Lengthen and shorten. And now we've got one more movement to do. And it's from a lengthened position all the way back into starting. So now we're going to connect. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the elbows out. Inhale, exhale. Rotate the back of your hands onto the floor. Inhale, exhale, lengthen the arms above and come back into start. So if you're pain-free in this and you fancy a challenge, then grab your hand weights. Let's do it with the hand weights. So first of all, make sure the shoulders are pulled into the mat. Inhale, exhale, open up the elbows. Inhale, exhale, rotate the back of the hands onto the floor. Open up that chest. Inhale, exhale, lengthen the arms above the head. And then back into starting position. Keep going with this. Drop the elbows down. Rotate back of the hands onto the floor. Lengthen them to the top and back into starting. 2 more times. Open up the elbows. Rotate the back of the hands downwards. Lengthen the arms above the head and back into starting position. 1 more time. Drop the elbows down. Drop the back of the hands down. Lengthen the arms above the head and bring it back into starting position. Good. Drop those bottles onto the floor and grab hold of your thighs. Pull them towards you. Good job. I hope you managed. I know it's quite a few coordinational issues with this exercise, but having a go is really important. Good, you're going to release one of your legs and lengthen it forward. So release one of your legs, lengthen it forward and flex that bottom leg into the floor. Good, you're now gently easing the other knee towards you. Try to bring it as close to you as you can. It's really important that you flex that opposite leg into the floor for a nice stretch through the front of your hips and over the top of your bum cheeks. Keep holding it there. Perfect. And now let's pull them back in and lengthen the other leg. Heel the heel into the floor. Pull that leg towards you. Do as much as you can. If you need to have your leg here, then go for that. Heel the heel down and hold it. Keep breathing, please. Good job. We're going to go back into the bridge as before. Take a deep breath in. Keep those heels fairly close to your backside. Draw the belly button in, tilt the hips down, and come on all the way up into the bridge. Now what I need you to do, I need you to engage the back line of your arms and just tuck those shoulders in a little bit. Good. So you have to have a certain amount of weight on your arms, otherwise the hamstrings will cramp. What I want you to do, I want you to sink by about 1 inch and then push it into the hip flexors. So open up through the front right there and sink again. Inhale and exhale. Feel that stretch right there. Sink again. Inhale and exhale to push. Inhale, release. Exhale to push. Push those shoulders down. Find the pelvic floor, lift it up. If you need a little break due to hamstring cramps, then have a little break. And your aim here is to come up a little bit higher with each of these pushes. And exhale. And inhale, couple more. And exhale, push. Inhale down. One more time. Exhale, push into those hip flexors. And then take a deep breath in and drop it all the way down this time. All the way down, all the way to the top. All the way down, all the way to the top. Now, I'm not going down through the spine. I'm going down and up through my glutes. So my spine is in a neutral position. I'm not trying to find each and every vertebra. Not at all. I'm dropping my bum cheeks down and I'm lifting my bum cheeks back up. I'm drawing the belly button in, I'm lifting the pelvic floor, and I'm stretching the front of my hips every time I come to the top. And I'm squeezing through the bum cheeks. Inhale and exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale and exhale. Push the arms down. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And sink down all the way. Good, listen, if you have spinal issues, if you've got osteoporosis, carry on with some more bridges. But if you don't have any issues through that lower back, then grab the hands and place them behind your head. We're going to come up. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Why are you holding on behind your head? You're holding on behind the head so that you can support the weight of your head. So do allow the weight of your head to sit in your hands, but pull the shoulders down and open up the elbows as you do so. You want to feel fire in your belly. You don't want to feel anywhere else. So really pull that rib cage towards your pubic bone. Give me a few more. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. One more. Exhale to lift. Inhale down and relax for a moment. So if you have now got a neck ache, keep your head on the floor for the next exercise. If you have lower back issues, you're going to keep one leg on the floor. You're going to lift one leg up and you're going to lower one leg down. Lift one leg up and back down, really focusing on drawing in that belly button, lifting the pelvic floor as high up as you can and back down. So that's your level one. Let's all do level one over to the other side. So we are warmed up nicely through that joint and a hamstring stretch. Every time you come up to the top, hamstring stretch. Draw the belly button in. Exhale to lift. I've got my hands on my hips to check that I'm not moving those hips. So I'm not shifting my weight from one hip bone to the other. Keep going. Lengthen through the hamstrings and back down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. So if you want to keep it with that, you now change over legs. If you think, no, I can do a little bit more than that, then lift your arms above your head, draw the belly button in. You're going to inhale, exhale, you're going to lift one arm and one leg and bring it back down. Inhale, exhale, and inhale. Keep flexing your toes, pull the shoulders down. Exhale and inhale, and you'll find that one side is going to work just that much easier than the other side because we're all a little bit uneven. So my left side is so much harder than my right side. Good, listen, this is your level 2. For a level 3, you're going to inhale, exhale. If you're in a level 1, you need to change over every once in a while. And for a level 3, you need to lift the back of your head up and lift. Good, keep lengthening, pull the shoulders down. If you feel this in your neck, come straight back down with the head. Keep lengthening. You've got 4 more. Exhale. And inhale. 2 to go. Last one. and back down. Good job. Pull the knees back towards your chest and give yourself a little bit of a relax right there. Well done. Super glue your feet together, super glue your knees together, and bring your arms to the side. Good. Now, the palms of your hands are pointed downwards, and then just engage the shoulders into the floor, draw the belly button in, and give me gentle side-to-side movements. Feel the stretch, but also engage through the front of your tummy. Lift that pelvic floor and make sure there is a breath. Good. And exhale. And inhale. Just be careful with this one. You don't want to go too fast. You just want to do it so that you're feeling more mobilizing in your lower back. You're feeling a little stretch. And once you've checked it out, you can go deeper down, nice and deep. Good. Your maximum then would be the floor. I can't demonstrate that because I can't actually do it. So if you can go all the way down to the floor, then that's fabulous. I can't. My spine doesn't quite want to do that. Keep going. Just keep mobilizing. Lovely. Good, and now we're going to hold it on one side. Hold it on one side in a position that you feel comfortable in, and just to hold it there. You want to feel a stretch. You want to keep both shoulders on the mat, but you don't want to feel any strain in your lower back. Good, and then draw those abdominal muscles in. Drop the knees over to the other side and hold it there. Perfect. Bring the knees back to the center and come on up into a seated position. Good. Lengthen your spine, pull the shoulders down. If you've got osteoporosis, I'd like you to come back with a straight back and pull yourself back up. You really need to engage through the belly button, pelvic floor. So straight dip and back up. If you haven't got osteoporosis, what I would like you to do is I'd like you to draw the belly button in and rock back through the hips. And then lift yourself back up. So we're giving our spine a C curve. It's called a C curve. So if I turn a little bit more front on to the camera, you can see that my spine just becomes round and I'm turning it into a shallow C. Now be careful that you're not creating this C shape through collapsing through the shoulders. The shoulders are pulled down. You're creating the C through the lower end of your spine. Good, only a couple more. Open up that lower back. Pull yourself back to the top. One more. Drop back. And lift. I've got one more exercise that I would like to do with you. And it's the thread the needle. So it's a rotation through the rib cage. So it's a really deep thoracic stretch. If you've got issues through the wrists, then you need to lean back quite a bit. So there is hardly any pressure through the hands. So if you haven't got wrist issues, I'd like 50% of your body weight to be on your hands. And then what you'll do, you take one hand, slide it right beside the hand onto or away from you. Good. Now the spine is completely supported either by you leaning back, all of your weight is on your knees, or by you shifting or by you pressing down your body weight into the floor with that standing hand. So make sure that the spine can stretch without any pressure in it. Good, and you should feel that stretch in your rib cage. Sit as far back as you need to. Good, and then pull the hand away, and now go the other way. Open up that rib cage, going the other way. Pull the shoulders down. Good, we're going to do it a couple of times. Just reach, no pressure on the neck. Pull it back, open it up. Good, one more time. Stretch, stretch, really rotate through the rib cage. Pull it back and open up that chest. Good, then sit back for a moment and shake out those hands. Hope you're getting on with this and that you found the position that suits you. So hands are back underneath your shoulders, or sit back as far as you have to in order to maintain a long spine. Don't put any pressure on the spine. So the spine is hovering over the floor. So the head is gently standing on the mat. You can bring the weight back, or even better, you can push down through the standing arm. So you get a nice shoulder activation as well. And keep reaching the hand away from you. Try to keep the same amount of weight on both of your knees. Keep breathing. Now pull the arm back and open up through the chest. Pull the shoulder down. Good. Now we're going to move. Inhale, exhale, reach. Find a stretch in your rib cage. Pull it back, open up. And again, inhale, exhale, find a stretch. Pull it back and open up. Fabulous. And sit back. Shake out those hands. Give me big shoulder circles. And all I want to do for the last couple of minutes is open up your groin. So if you want, or if you've got really tight groins and really tight leg muscles, then you need to sit on top of your block. Sit onto your block, but you can't sit on the floor if you're flexible enough. And then lean forward and just apply a little bit of pressure onto those legs. Pull the shoulders down and feel the groin. You might not be able to lean forward. You might be up here and you need to bring your hands behind you and then ease those knees down. So this would be an option, but make sure that you can find a light opening through that groin and try to pull the shoulders down and lengthen the spine. Hold it here. And now just increase that stretch a little bit, shift a little bit more body weight into those inner thighs. Of course, if you're super flexible through the groin, your legs would be flat on the mat. I'll demonstrate that next week. This week, no chance. Good, and then release, lengthen the legs.